Miles Robinson gets the start. Matt Freese in net. He made his national team debut just 364 days ago. And Weston McKennie, who came off the bench last week, he's back in the 11 as expected. And a couple of changes for Germany. Kai Havertz, who missed last match after taking part in the Champions League final with Arsenal, he's in for Dennis Undav. And Leroy Sané makes his 53rd start with the German men's national team in replacement for Leonard Karl, who is out for the 2026 World Cup. Germany starts things off. It's Florian Wirtz at midfield. At the sound of the whistle, we are underway from Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois. The final tune-up for the United States and Germany before the 2026 World Cup. I'm Josh Lill, happy to have you with us. Kimmich backside header, and Germany has struck. Kai Havertz, fresh off his goal in the Champions League final, has made it 1-0. Germany lead this all-time series, 8 wins, 4 losses, and in World Cup competition, picked up 3 victories, all via the shutout. They've won 5 of their last 7 against the Stars and Stripes and threaten again in search of a second. Pavlovic. Mecha through. Sané rolls it around. Kimmich. Joshua Kimmich credited with the assist on the Havertz goal. Unleashes Sané. Can't keep it in, and Havertz puts it through. But it did cross the byline. And from any angle in the stadium, you could tell, but Kai Havertz is putting himself in the right spot to convert. Skill and precision are one thing, but where you can get on the pitch sometimes is the most crucial aspect of being a goal scorer. And you think back to that header goal, that is really where you miss the presence of Chris Richards. He brings height to the back line, standing 6'2". But his aerial abilities, defensive coverage, the poise, confidence, communication, that all goes away with Richards out of the lineup. And Matt Freese, you could see, barking orders at the field players in front of him, trying to keep everyone engaged and on the same page. And Pulisic a little overzealous with that ball. Chris Richards' abilities are unparalleled. And Mauricio Pochettino will have until 24 hours before their first group stage match to either keep him on the roster or make an injury substitution. Freeze clears, and Pochettino quite confident that Richards will be ready. But as for this match specifically, simply not fit yet. Again, Richards torn 2 ligaments in his ankle last month. Slippery ball as the rain begins to pick up here at Soldier Field. Tillman, floated ball in. Pulisic, Christian Pulisic has McKennie in the middle. Opts to Balogun. Balogun centrally and puts it ahead of Dest. The U.S. certainly have to keep their heads on a swivel in transition with how quick Germany is getting forward. They were ready there, but the question is, can they get back and stop play with numbers or regroup quickly? We haven't really seen that too much, but that previous sequence, if that is a sign of things to come for Coach Pochettino's side defensively, there's a lot to be excited about. Sané. Off the volley, it rolls and it finds Freese. That strike taken out of air, and Matt Freese was ready for it. It might have taken a deflection on the way in. It did. Oh, Jamal Musiala, so crafty in his positioning. Ali Baumann directing traffic in the area, wants to be protected. We've seen 1 set-piece goal already today. United States would love an answer. It's Pulisic, out swinging ball, edge of the 6. Jonathan Tah away, and Robinson! Simply sensational, wondrous, and emphatic all in one. The U.S. flying high in Chicago. Jonathan Tah with the initial touch, and Anthony Robinson with the best goal he might ever see. A golazo. A stunner. Nothing Ali Bauman could do about it. Oh, it is barred down so close. It grazes the woodwork. And the U.S. backflipping their way into the World Cup. Mauricio Pochettino approves. And so do the rest of the fans at Soldier Field. Germany's aggressive approach paid off against Finland. And they scored in a variety of ways. First one came off the set piece. Second goal due to the high press. They've shown they can get it done. It hurts you in so many areas, and that forces a team like the U.S. to have to put that much more thought in their defensive actions that might be involuntary on a regular day, but against a team like Germany, you have to ask a lot of questions of every single pass, how it could work, who they could find, because they have so many options going forward as Musiala unleashes Havertz. Mecha. Musiala into Mecha. Ream won't have it. Chris Richards having a laugh, hopes to be ready by the U.S.'s first game against Paraguay on June 12th. In the box, chance and confidence, and it's put home for Germany. Leroy Sané had been knocking on the door all match. The German faithful in the crowd erupt. They had settled down in the area, and it's Sané who can rifle it past the outstretched arms of Matt Freese, who's quite frustrated, and Miles Robinson might have gotten a deflection. He has now been front and center of both goals conceded to Germany. Leroy Sané, who's been such a threat all day in terms of the ball movement, going from one end to the other, cutting inside, creating on his left foot. It's left off for him, and he does not miss. You saw in that collision, Florian Wirtz all the way up by Matt Freese, and has that ability to drop in right next to Jamal Musiala, play as a false nine or even a striker if needed. And that again is the versatility that Julian Nagelsmann built this roster upon. It's one of the big advantages they have. And now with Dennis Undav in, wearing number 26 in white. Would love to keep a scoring streak going. Of course, Dennis Undav gives Julian Nagelsmann a great problem to have as he flicks that one forward, but it's inaccurate. Undav had a great second half with Stuttgart in the Bundesliga season. Finished across all competitions with 25 goals and 14 assists in helping his club qualify for the Champions League next season. And with Kai Havertz on Champions League duty last match, it really gave Dennis Undav an opportunity to showcase his abilities and really make his case to be in the starting 11. Could have a chance to receive as David Raum sends that one right to Matt Freese. And against lesser teams, that's where you might see Dennis Undav get his starting minutes, as Kai Havertz is so good on the ball and can just mentally and physically wear down teams. He's also really good in his link-up play with the midfield. But nonetheless, you have two options at the striker spot. Many teams are in search for one, as Undav nearly had another. Sebastian Berhalter switches the field of play. The U.S. threatening. Bouncer in. Joe Scally steps to it. Oh, a difficult shot. And an even better save from Ollie Baumann. Undav denied immediately. Raum. Valdemar Anton chasing. Germany wins it back. Leon Goretzka inside. It falls. Amiri so close. On the flip side for the U.S., regardless of the result, win, loss, or draw, to face an opponent in the caliber of Germany and hang with them says a lot as they go from distance. What a save from Oliver Baumann. Nice touch by Germany. Weah goes quickly, takes advantage of the space. A daring throw-in, finds Brendan Aronson, and cannot win that one-on-one battle with Jonathan Tah, who stands tall and strong. No room to work. And more shoving going on. Nico Schlotterbeck and Tim Weah getting into it. We saw this interaction just a minute ago. It's been physical all game. The tempers flared for a bit. And now you see the emotion show. And there it is, the final whistle from Chicago, Illinois. Germany comes into the United States and knocks off the Stars and Stripes in the final match before the 2026 World Cup. Kai Havertz got things started off in the second minute of play. That would make it 1-0 Germany. And then late in the first half, Anthony Robinson with a world-class goal would even it, headed into the break at 1 apiece. And finally, Leroy Sané, who had his footprints all over this match, connected in the 57th minute. That would be the game winner for Germany. And they'll head into the 2026 FIFA World Cup with 4 victories here in 2026.